The stock market. The thing that's supposed to make us all millionaires. The magical machine that's supposed to deliver us from poverty and into riches. It's crashing. It's tumbling down. It's going down, down. Chili got low, 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 low. Apple bottom jean. Okay, maybe not that low. But it is going down, at least year to date, because there are windows to this thing. So it could be going down right now, but then if you look in a 5-year period, it's going up. I wanted to talk about this because this is something that I see on my news feed. I'm not really invested in the market, mainly because I don't really know what I'm doing, and I've tried, and I failed. I bought some Apple stock, sold some Apple stock, bought some Microsoft, sold some Microsoft, bought some Southwest, sold some Southwest. Same thing with Facebook, I bought and sold. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I don't know what I am doing. I currently, if you were to follow my advice, you would be like Bed Bath & Beyond, bankrupt. Ever since Trump became president and took office, the stock market's been going down. I'm going to say something that, hot take alert, I don't really think it's entirely his fault. Causation and correlation are not exactly the same thing. I think it's very easy to blame the president. I think it's very easy to point fingers. I'm not saying I'm a fan of tariffs. I'm not saying I like his economic policies. I'm very critical of those too. This is going to sound so overused. I do think he inherited a bad situation. Whenever stocks go down, this is the thing. Like this is the thing that causes people to freak out. It's not, I feel like we could drop a bomb in the Middle East, business as usual. 1/3 of Americans are obese? Who cares? Oh no, some people on Wall Street, they're losing money. Everything, we need to halt everything and make sure to see what's going on. But ultimately, this happens periodically. Like this happens just about every 8 to 10 years. So I don't understand this whole panic. I don't understand this hysteria. I think this has to do with human nature, where we're so used to viewing things in the short term. We're so used to viewing things of what's in front of us that we don't really think about, wait, this isn't the first time, and this is definitely not the last time stocks are gonna go down. I think when I look at the stock market and I see it going down, the socialist in me is like, down with the rich. Yes, they're getting their fair share. Maybe the pragmatist in me is saying this infects all of us. We're all gonna feel this. This isn't some kind of, oh my gosh, some random guy in hedge fund, some finance bro, some Wall Street bets guy on Reddit is losing money. I'm so happy. If the stock market goes down, at least the United States one. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know if Vietnam has one. I think China has one, but if China goes, well, actually China's also important too. But basically what I'm saying is, if a Czech Republic or whatever, I don't even know what's over there. Maybe France, French stocks too. But if other countries, their stock market goes down, we can go off unscathed. But if the United States goes down, people freak out. We live with globalism. And because of globalism, whenever the United States, because the United States is the biggest market, everybody else feels it. Japan feels it. China feels it. The Eurozone feels it. Africa doesn't feel it. I'm sorry, my African brothers, I love y'all. I'm addicted to you guys. I think you're the greatest people to ever exist. But our stock markets or whatever we call a market, it don't matter. We're not relevant like that. When it comes to the global scene. And when I see all this stuff, I'm thinking, okay, this is the moment. Typically, when I read news, when I see headlines, I don't react. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me. Does it change the way I buy Chick-fil-A or get a Big Mac? No. This time though, I'm thinking a little differently because people, well, how do I say this? I wouldn't say people, but the media is making it known that something's going on. I don't think people my age care. Like, I don't think the average person my age is looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Russell 2000, the New York Stock Exchange. They'll probably just want to smoke weed and play Fortnite. That's what I think the average Gen Z guy does. I guess I'm not average, even though I don't really keep up with this stuff. When you spend 6 years in business school, you kind of get the trauma and you kind of, at least every so often, peruse the Wall Street Journal. Just a light perusing. Nothing too heavy. I talked about in another video how when 2008 happened, I was too young. But now that I'm old enough to, your boy's old enough to figure out how to count to 10 and tie his shoes. Because 2008, I did not know how to tie my shoes. But now that I do, I have more of a self-awareness of what's going on. So maybe I can have a better, clearer understanding of to document each step along the way. What's really going to be crazy about all of this is whether or not people in Washington are just going to give banks money. It's last time this happened, we did that. I ain't never met a politician that doesn't like to give banks money. Why? I don't know. Banks already have money. The whole point of a bank is to have money, and yet we want to give them more money. How does that help anyone? It doesn't. It doesn't help anyone at all. We have this beautiful idea that when stocks go down, banks get money. Do we like screwing over the average person? Why not? Because what difference does it make? They're just the average person. They didn't fund our campaigns. They're not out here flying us out, lobbying, buying us dinner, doing our fundraisers. So let's just screw them over and give banks money. If the Trump administration or government or Congress or whoever, I'm not trying to be partisan about this, but if the people in Washington actually had a backbone, things are gonna fail. That's not some revelatory thing. It's whether or not they're going to allow things to fail. Allow the free market to do its thing. I doubt it. If 2008, from what I've read, is any history teacher, they're just gonna try to bail out and you get a check and you get a check and you get a check. There's not gonna be any fraud. There's not gonna be anything. And now with Bitcoin, who knows, and maybe there might be some kind of Bitcoin movement out of this. Now, how does Bitcoin help me pay my bills? It doesn't, but it makes people feel better, so we gotta pump it up. When stocks go down, at the end of the day, what really happens is that it's really people still get screwed over. Not only because I know for a fact there are people out here that are watching that are, well, okay, maybe not for a fact, but I have a hunch. Your boy's got a hunch, Scooby-Doo. I have a hunch that there are people that do struggle to pay their bills, that are living paycheck to paycheck, that do feel the increase of cost of living. And when stocks go down, they don't even own stocks, but their employer might try to cut their hours, and then they might try to, and then with the increased cost of living, they get stressed, they put things on their credit card, and they do all these things, and they didn't do anything. When I read about all these stock market crashes, I just read about how the average person, they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't make bad investments. They didn't, put their money in GameStop stock or whatever. They didn't try to pump up Bitcoin to the moon. They went to work, they paid their bills, and they just lived their life. But sadly, the economy doesn't work like that. The economy doesn't work by you just being responsible. If some guy on Wall Street wants to buy a yacht or get another Mercedes-Benz or just get $100,000 bonus, average people have to suffer. Am I saying that we need to get rid of Wall Street? No. There's a lot of good in having a stock market. But what really upsets me is that where's the capitalism? Where's the free market where people make mistakes and then they get bailed out? When I make a mistake, I have to face my consequences. I don't have a government that's gonna bail me out. I didn't pay off my politicians. Why is it that if Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, if these people make mistakes, they get rewarded? Actually, if anything, they have an incentive to make mistakes because they're gonna get bailed out anyways, so why would they care? So when I read that stocks are going down, I think this is gonna be a real test to see, okay, does the Trump administration really mean what they say? Or are they just going to keep talking the talk, walking the walk, and say, rah, 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 you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. But oh, my buddies up in Wall Street, they're losing money. Oh, my tech buddies, because now Elon Musk, Sundar Pichai, I forget the name off my top of my head. All these tech people, Sergey Brin, they're all lined up with the government. So when these people lose money, do we all have to face it? Is the money just being transferred from one to the other? And how long can this last? Because wealth inequality, that's what causes revolutions. I'm not a revolutionary. I'm not trying to do that. But if you look historically, that's the thing is, oh my gosh, people have nothing to lose. Let me grab my pitchfork. Let me grab my fire. Let me start burning things. And I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I just want to, your boy is just trying to chill. I'm not going to lie. Your boy's just trying to chill. But sadly, the stock market just keeps going down, 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 down. Okay, I don't know where I was going with that. We'll see what happens. We'll see over the next few months what's going to happen as the economy does enter into a recession. And I hate to say it, and I hate that a guy that barely passed macro econ in college has to tell you, if I'm the only first one to tell you. But yeah, the economy is going to slow down this year, and we're all going to feel the brunt of it. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. We'll be back on Wednesday. I post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. My socials will be linked down below and at the end of this video. Thanks for watching.